Hello there, and welcome back to my channel, where my ambition to fix things is consistently undermined by my actual skills to fix things. Today on the chopping block, we have this little fella. This is the Fujifilm Instax Mini 8, but not just any Mini 8, this is the Minion Special Edition. Now, this camera belongs to my lovely sister-in-law. According to her, it doesn't do the one thing that an instant camera is supposed to do, instantly give you a photo. It takes the picture, allegedly, but it refuses to spit out the film. Let's dive in and see if we can make it work. First things first, let's do some non-invasive diagnostics. I'm opening the film door here to take a look at the cartridge, and well, nothing suspicious here. The paper is in there, nothing seems obviously torn or mangled. This pack has definitely been used before. Everything looks fine to me. This is already not a good sign. When the problem isn't immediately obvious, it usually means I'm in for a long day. Okay, step 2 of any electronics repair. Check the power. Are there even batteries? Oh yes, a pair of AA's. I'm pressing the shutter button and absolutely nothing is happening. No clicks, no flashes. Now, it's important to mention that I have absolutely no idea how this camera is supposed to work. I've never used one of these. For all I know, there's a secret handshake or a magic word requiring to turn it on. So there's a very real possibility that the camera is fine and the problem is located squarely between my chair and this workbench. Alright, let's eliminate the easy stuff. I'm taking these old batteries out and putting in a couple of fresh ones that are working, and let's try the shutter button again. Nothing, still dead. Wait a minute, never mind, it works now. So now that it's on, let's see what it does. This ring around the lens seems to do something. As I turn it, a little light jumps between these icons. There's a little house, a cloud, a sun, and a slightly brighter sun. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say these are exposure settings. Indoor, cloudy, sunny, and surface of Mercury? Makes sense, but that's not our problem. Our problem is the ejection. And look at this, on the back there's a little counter. It says S right now, but I'm guessing that once you take the first photo, it will start counting down from 10, because I believe these cartridges hold 10 sheets of photo paper. Which brings me to another point. I asked my sister-in-law to keep the used cartridge in, even though it's already exposed and probably useless, because a single pack of this film costs anywhere between $15 and $20 for 10 photos. That's like $2 a picture for a camera that's essentially a glorified toy. For that kind of money per photo, you could be shooting on a vintage 35 film camera and getting stunning high-resolution negatives. But hey, who am I to judge the economics of instant gratification? Alright, back to the task at hand. Let's see if we can get a photo out of this thing. I'm putting the cartridge back in, closing the door, and pressing the shutter. Okay, we got the sound. We got a flash, but no ejection. It's still constipated. Maybe the paper is stuck? The camera clearly says right here on the slot, do not press here. So naturally, I'm going to stick my fingers in there and press around. You know, for science. Don't do what I do. Pushing on a paper doesn't seem to do much. Let's take the cartridge out again and examine it. Maybe the issue is in the pack itself. If I manually push on the top sheet of the film from the back, yeah, look at that. It slides out of the slot nice and easy. So the paper isn't jammed, the cartridge isn't broken, the problem is definitely inside the camera guts. Now that I'm looking closer, there's a little hook right at the bottom that I assume is supposed to grab the edge of the film and fit it into the rollers. But look at it, it feels loose. It's flimsy. It just kind of flops back and forth. I have a sneak suspicion that this little guy is our culprit. It should probably be sticking out more with a bit of spring tension to it. Well, you know what that means. When in doubt, take it apart. First, this little hand strap has to come off, then it's just a matter of finding all the screws. With all the screws out, it's time for my favorite part of any repair. Prying plastic apart and praying I don't break every single clip holding it together. Using my trusty spudger, I'm just going to gently find a seam here, and there we go. We're in. Well, it's a lot of plastic gears and some super greasy moving parts. Let's see if we can see how this works now that it's all exposed. That's not ideal. Something already fell out. That's the external shutter button. No big deal. It should just slot back in. But it's a good reminder that this thing is a delicate little flower. I'm trying to take it apart even further, but there's a spring here connecting the front lens assembly to my main body. I don't really feel like messing with a spring just yet. Let's just leave it attached for now and work around it. Okay, let's try to fire it up. Power on, lens extends. Now let's hit the shutter. As I fire it, you can see the gear train move. And yep, just as I thought. This little hook arm comes up, but I don't think it actually catches the edge of the paper and pushes into the rollers. My first instinct? Brute force. I'm just going to try and bend it forward a little bit, give it a more aggressive posture. Let's try that now. Nope, still nothing. Maybe there's something weird about that top sheet of film? Let's get creative. I'm going to take the cartridge and I'm going to swap the top piece of photo paper with one from the middle. I don't know why this would work, but at this point I'm willing to try anything. Okay, paper swap, cartridge in, moment of truth, let's go. Hey, it worked twice actually. Let's try that again. Nope, this is so frustrating. I'm still convinced it's this goddamn hook. And also, where did this piece came from? I have no idea. I'm sure it's not important. Let me get a closer look at that hook again. You can see how flimsy it is. I'm trying to understand the whole mechanism here. So this hinge door on the back pushes down on the film, applying pressure, and then this hook is supposed to push from the bottom. I don't think it's something wrong with the top pressure. The problem should be at the bottom. What if I try to assist it with this? Nope, still not working. Okay, one more time with the brute force method. I'm really going to try and bend this hook forward, give it a bit of a permanent set. Okay, that feels a little more promising. Let's try it. It worked again. Okay, but what the heck is this? The paper came out with this black inky smudge all over it. Did I break something? It looks like ink or some kind of chemical gunk got on the rollers. That's not good. Let me just get a cotton swab and some alcohol and clean these rollers. Okay, nice and clean. Let's try this again. And we're back to nothing. Okay, I'm going in deeper. Let's get this front piece completely out of the way so I can get a proper look at the gearbox. Just need to unhook it from here and there. Now we can see everything. Ow. Okay, whoa, that was a zap. And a pretty nasty one too. This minion is fighting back. Alright, gloves on, dignity gone, let's continue. Editor newbie here. I'm looking around for a few more minutes, cleaning some of the insides, trying to find anything that looks out of place. I managed to get it work one more time, and again it came out with those weird ink smudges. After cleaning the rollers again, I was looking really closely at the main gear mechanism, and that's when I saw it. Oh. I think I see the problem. There's definitely something stuck in there. Almost there? Got it. There's your problem right there. This little shard of broken plastic. This was wedged way up in there, preventing the ejection arm from getting its full range of motion. This has to be it. Okay, with the obstruction cleared, this has to work now, right? And still not working. Wait a second, what's this rattling around in here? Ah, it's a spring, another loose spring. So I'm guessing this broken piece was some kind of bracket or tensioner, and its job was to hold the spring, which in turn probably gave the ejection hook the tension it needed to actually grab the film. Yeah, I think I'm starting to believe this is unfixable, at least by me. To fix it, I'd need a replacement part that almost certainly doesn't exist, and the ability to reassemble this greasy nightmare. And look at my desk. What are all these little black specks everywhere? It looks like more broken plastic bits have been flaking off. Editor newbie here. It wasn't plastic. It was dried ink from the damaged film pack. It took forever to clean. You know what? I'm calling it. Time of death? Approximately now. This little minion is destined to live out its days as a silent, non-functional, but still very cute desk decoration. It's a real shame. For such a cheap and simple device on the outside, it's amazing how many complex little plastic parts are working in there. Or, in this case, not working. One tiny brittle piece of plastic fails and the whole thing becomes a paperweight. So there you have it. A complete and utter failure. We tried, we got electrocuted, we made a mess, and in the end, we accomplished absolutely nothing. But hey, at least we learned something. And what we learned is that sometimes the best tool in your toolbox is knowing when to give up. Let me know in the comments if you agree, or if you would have gone further into it. Thank you so much for watching me fail. If you enjoyed this journey into frustration, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see what I fail at fixing next time. Okay, bye!